Hey, how are we going?
The first time I had to do it was at the Star and Garter, and because you dread, when you start, you've only got like 15 minutes of material, and you realise how quickly you burn them through.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have 15. But then you realise...
Jesus.
Yeah, people...
Smashing
It's always
it.
good on stage when you hear the kitchen go crazy. Just the panic you get into after the first act, and you've burnt 10 minutes and you've got, you know, to bring another 7 people on. Because also, when you first do MCing, I reckon you're doing early night, so there's like 12 acts. So you got to keep coming back in between each one of those. It's a fucking nightmare.
Remember that? How embarrassing was that? You know, you've just called the teacher mum, or your friends are laughing at you. You're going bright red. It's the first day of TAFE.
But talking to the audience is I guess that's the skill that you've got to learn, or most MCs learn, unless you've got copious amounts of material.
Yeah, I remember that was the... I did that in my first MCing gig and just was so petrified by it. Like, it went okay, but then I didn't add that back into my stand-up for years. And it wasn't until I kind of started working with Adam Hills and saw how seamlessly he kind of did it that I went, okay, it's doable. And then, you know, you chat to people and work out a good way to do it. But yeah, that was not part of my repertoire for a long, long time. Don't hog. Like, if it's a good audience, it's really easy to become a part of it and just, you know, sort of soak it up yourself. And I just think that your role as MC, you've got to keep the night moving along. So if it's going well, then you have a night off, basically. So you don't have to... I just don't reckon... Yeah, I reckon don't hog. Because there's nothing worse than an MC who does too long.
Good to explain to people what's going on. That was one good tip I got.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let them know what's going on. If there's new comics, you know, what's happening, where they can get drinks, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of sort of housekeeping that I guess as an MC you forget that you do just because you're so used to it. So you just kind of, you sort of explain the night. We've got a couple of brackets. There's this many people coming up. I didn't do any of that tonight because I haven't done a gig for a month, so I completely forgot what I was supposed to do. And I reckon the key for the MC is you've got to work your ass off when it's not a great night. That's the thing. You've got to take the bullets. You're like the scene at the start of Private Ryan where they open the doors as they're coming into Normandy Beach, and you take the first 6,000 bullets. Wow. That's your role, you know. And there's a lot of MCs who probably don't want to do that. You know, they don't want to suck, and so they'll get off stage before they need to. But sometimes, you know, you've just got to take that sacrifice. You've got to dive on the grenade. There's a lot of war analogies in comedy.
You haven't just done a tour of...
I did.
Did you?
I did just come back. I came back from Omaha Beach.
I knew it. I knew it.
With my dad.
I thought I recognised him.
Yeah.
And young comics who are getting opportunities to MC, they should grab them?
I reckon it's the best because you get to go back out on stage. You know, you get... In one night, if you're a new comic, you might get like 5-7 minutes, but as an MC, you keep going back out. So, you know, you could get up to 25 minutes in one night. And you kind of get to set the tone, and you get to understand what you got to do and how hard it can be, especially when you've run out of material and you realise that you know, you've got to write stuff. Because otherwise you run out and you're just a deer in the headlights. I
think the lesson for me that came with constant MCing is you learn not to fear the crowd as much. You don't see them as the enemy. You learn that you feel a little bit like you're part of the audience. You're sitting in with them, basically.
I think so. And you know, when you're talking to the audience, and if someone's been a dickhead, you can single them out for being a dickhead and get everyone on your side to hate them. And not in a brutal way, but you just, you know, you can have some fun with them. And when you're mocking them, the rest of the audience is just getting into it, and it's really good fun. But then there's the other side where you go too hard and the audience thinks you've been nasty.
Comics Lounge, pretty good place to MC.
It's great. Yeah, it actually is. The only thing that can go wrong here is because it's such a deep room and you can't see that far back. So if spot fires start up the back, you can get into trouble. But generally, if you set it up pretty well, then I reckon you'll have a pretty good night. I really enjoy it.
Never been threatened by a heckler or gone too far in putting them down?
Been threatened. Did Christmas shows at the Comedy Club one year, and there were these bunch of really pissed guys who, I think they were carpet layers or something, and
they're the worst.
They got kicked out, and it turns out the police rocked up the next night because one of them got arrested out the front of the Comedy Club, and he was carrying a knife. And it was just like, who takes a knife to a comedy club? You know, I give that joke 2 stabs. You know, who's doing that shit? So the police come back in and we're like, really? And not many venues have security. You know, there's mostly females and young uni guys who work at the comedy club, so they're not doing much. They're probably just going to roll your corpse down the stairs, so they don't have to mop up inside.
All right. Adam Rosenbachs, thank you very much.
Pleasure, Des.